The note in the grocery bag. If I hadn't gone back to return the eggs, I never would have found the note. And none of this would have happened. It was a regular Tuesday. I had just gotten off work, exhausted, sweaty, craving silence, and stopped by my usual grocery store in Kansas City. I grabbed the basics: milk, eggs, cereal, some fruit. Nothing special. At the checkout, the cashier was a young woman, maybe college-aged. Polite, but distracted. Her hands were slightly trembling, and she kept glancing over her shoulder toward the back of the store. I remember thinking maybe she was just new. Nervous. I didn't ask. I paid, said thanks, and left. 10 minutes after getting home, I opened the egg carton and saw that 2 were cracked. Normally, I wouldn't bother going back, but something told me to. Maybe it was how tired I was. Maybe I just needed the trip to shake off the day. So I drove back. She was still there. When I walked up, she looked at me like she'd seen a ghost. "I just want to swap the eggs," I said, holding up the carton. She nodded quickly, almost too quickly, and took it. She handed me a new one from under the counter, not from the shelf. Then, just before I turned to leave, she said very softly, "Please check the bottom of your grocery bag when you get home." I froze for a second. What? But she was already helping the next customer. So I left. Back in my kitchen, I dumped everything out and looked. Taped to the inside of the brown paper bag was a small, folded note, written in shaky pen. "If you're reading this, please call the police. I'm not safe. Don't come back. He watches everything." No name. No phone number. Just that. My first instinct was to go back. But then I reread the last line, "He watches everything." Instead, I called the non-emergency police number. I told them what I found, where I found it, and they took my info. The woman on the line sounded serious but calm. Said someone would follow up. 2 days later, I got a call. The officer asked me to come in and confirm details. I did. After I handed over the bag and the note, I asked what was going on. They couldn't say much. Just that my tip helped them open an investigation. A week later, it was in the news. Turns out the manager of that store, a man in his 40s, well-liked in the neighborhood, had been involved in something awful. Nothing I can repeat, but it explained why she looked so scared. The girl had been trying to reach out for weeks. Notes hidden in receipts slipped into bags. Most people never saw them or ignored them. Mine was the first one someone reported. They got her out. Safely. I don't know her name. I probably never will. But sometimes I think about what would have happened if I hadn't gone back for those eggs.